Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of OpenSCAD, where we make all them fancy shapes and stuff. This exciting. Yeah, this is exciting. I like this. It's fun. Today's episode is all about modular transformations. Yeah, we're getting the good stuff now. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let's do some modular transformations. So, modular transformations are lines of code that transform the model, kind of like the ones we did last time, only in a much different way. But the cool part about all these transformations is they all work the same. I'll show you with this union here. So you just put in the line. So it's simple. You type in the word, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, then you contain whatever you want to affect in braces. Now, you notice not much changed on the model, and that's okay. It's still working, because all Union does is essentially takes these two pieces and it glues them together to where it treats them as though they're one piece, and we can use that to translate these pieces around at the same time without having to do any fancy finagling and whatnot. You see? Now they're over there. And they both move together. Pretty cool, huh? Another one, and my personal favorite, is difference. Not difference, not difference. Difference. And what that does is it takes your first line of code here and this second line of code and figures out wherever they cross and it cuts it out. So what it's doing is it's taking the cylinder, figuring out wherever this cube here crosses it, and it cuts out that chunk and gets rid of the rest of the cube. So you don't need no cube. Who needs no cube? I don't need no cube. Another one that's really fun to play with around here is the hull. This one's really nice for making like angles and whatnot. That's all awkward. But what it does, and you can see here, is it takes all the closest faces together and it lines them up to where they make one contiguous piece with no big sharp edges or whatnot. And it's really useful, although not used all that often. A really fun one that's like you never know what's going to happen to the Minkowski. Minkowski. That's how you spell it, I think. Yeah, that's how you spell it. I never remember how to spell it. But yeah, what it does is it takes your first line of code and it wraps it around your second line. So what it did here is it took the cone and wrapped it around the cube. Although, why it also made it twice as tall, I'm not so sure. This Minkowski is actually somewhat unpredictable for some reason, but it's still really fun to play with. Another one that's not all that often used, and I almost never use it, but it's intersection. And what that does, it's essentially the opposite of a difference. It takes the first line, figures out where it crosses the second line, and then it gets rid of everything that's not overlapping. Which, I have yet to find a real use for. And I usually end up, like, doing two differences. I don't... But you know what? The more you know... Yeah, the more you know, the better you're off. So, yeah. Project. Let's do a project now. What project should we do? Train. Do a train. Let's see. We should start with a train. We should start with a smokestack. Let's see, a smokestack. We can make a smokestack. We can just Minkowski this, what we got here, Minkowski That looks kind of smokestackish. Let's play around with these numbers a little more first. See, 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 3, 5. Yeah, that looks like it make good smokestack. Alright, cool. So there we got ourselves a smokestack. Next we're going to need a train body. We can do that with a cylinder. Cylinder. Do that with a cylinder. To do 100 by 20 by 20. Does that work? Yeah, that works. That works wonderfully. It's awesomeness. Works wonderfully. Do 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 do. And now we gotta rotate it around the x-axis. So let's rotate. Excuse me. Rotate 90, 0, and oh, I'm supposed to type 90, 0, 0. There we go. Oh, I forgot to rotate our Minkowski. That's not going to be too useful. Let's rotate it now. Rotate 180 around the Y. Yeah. So rotate 0, 180, 0. Close that off. Okay, now we gotta center that thing like up here. Yeah, let's Control I. A little shortcut. Something else we get into later. So now we gotta translate that. So let's translate. Up by the height of this thing, which is currently 20, as well as the height of this thing's 20. Let's do 35. So 0, 0, 35. Yeah, that's a good elevation. So now we gotta move it over by half the width of the cube inside. Cube inside is 3, so let's move it over 1.5. That's relatively center. And back, actually we got to move it forward, so negative, oh, not 0, minus, negative 5, 3, let's just do 10 and see what happens. Oh look, it looks pretty. Cool. So now we need a cab. Let's make a cab with some cubes. So let's see. Got to translate it over, so may as well write that now. Translate it. Got to translate it by, we don't know what on the X and Z yet, but we do know that we're going to need to translate it at least 20 over, so we can do 0, 0, and then 0 plus 20. Then in those zeros we'll just put in whatever cube we decide to use. So cube, back to my friend's back, cube, let's see, 20. So our cylinder is 20 millimeters in radius. We want our cab to be the same to spread the diameter, which means we're going to need it to be 40. So 40 on the X. It also means we're going to have to move it back negative 20 to get it centered. We're going to need it, let's just make it square, make it easy on us for the Y, and then the Z, let's make it a little taller, 50, 60, 60. And close that off, and I don't want to move it up 20. That's where we do the 20. Dirt moment. So, I moved it the wrong way. Minus 20, minus 20. Where did I get, it's 100, where did I get 20 from? Seriously, does anyone know? Someone please tell me. So now we gotta move it down 20. we gotta move it down by the radius. There we go. Now we got a little cab. So, but that's not quite good enough. So let's difference something out of there. Let's get a spot for the driver to hold. Difference. There we go. Difference. Do. Translate. I'm just gonna. Now we're gonna need a cube. How thick a wall should we have? Let's go with 5 millimeters. See, 35, and we're gonna need 5 on each side, so that's 10. So 30, and we want it to cut all the way through. So let's just do that one, 60. And then 60 minus 10 is 50. Do. And we gotta center that one. We gotta move it over by 5. So -5 to set the wall thickness. -5, and this one should also be -5 if I'm right about this. Oh God, what'd I do? What'd I do? I killed it! Kill the train! Is it alive? Train? Oh, okay. I see the problem here. I know what the problem is. I forgot to close off the curly brace. Phew! That was scary. Oh, that was scary. I almost killed the train. No. Okay. We gotta move this back by -5. -10. 20, 50, 90, a billion. Whoa. No, F5. Yeah, that's what happens when you press F4. It's rather annoying because they're like right next to each other for some reason. Or at least for me, they're right next to each other because I always seem to hit them. So annoying. Baseplate. We need a bottom. We need a bottom to our train. Oh, this should be easy. Minkowski. Let's do another Minkowski. OWSKI. You know, I'm rather certain that a guy named Minkowski made this, in which case, good for him for wanting his name on it, but couldn't he have, like, I don't know, just his nickname or something? Because I can't remember how to spell Minkowski. Minkowski. What are we Minkowski? A cylinder. Cylinder. Minkowski, a cylinder. That is 5 by 2 by 2. And around a cube that is, what is the on the x, our x is 40, our y, the height of this cylinder here, so 100 plus the y on this, which is 40, so 140, excuse me, and a z of 5. 5 z's. Whoa, 5's kind of thick, but it looks good. Let's make 2. Let's make 2. I like 2. 2 looks good. 2. Yeah, 2. Alright, now we got to translate our Minkowski. Control I. Translate. Let's translate it. We got to translate it over by 40 plus 2. Half of 40 plus 2 times 22. Got to translate over by -22 and back by the length of this thing, which is 140. and down the depth of this thing 20 plus the height of our little base plate. No, it's just 20. Yeah, no, we don't need the height of the base plate. F5? Oh, I'm close. Make this 20? Oh, looky there. That's the problem. So now we've almost got a train. I don't think we have enough time to actually do wheels, because those take a while and something we haven't learned yet. But we can make a roof. That's pretty simple. That'll let us use our hull too. So let's see. Hull. Let's hull a couple cubes. So first cube is going to be rather small. X. Let's make the X. Our current X is 40. Let's do 60. And the Y on the cab is also 40. I want to do 50. And the Z, let's just make that 1, because I really don't care how thick it is. And I need a something there. We need a something there. So, my life's been good, everyone's been good to me. So fire up that fiddle, boys, and give me one last drink. When the sun comes up, I'll leave without a trace. The world is mine today. How tall should I make this thing? Let's make it... X doesn't need to be too much. Let's make that 20. Yeah, you can tell I really plan out these videos so well. It takes me days to make one of these. Sitting here going, oh. Anyway, so Y needs to be 40, because that's how deep it is. And our Z, let's make that 10. If I don't want to kill the train, Oh, yeesh. That's not quite what I was thinking of. 20. Okay, that's a little better on the slope. Now we got translate. No coffee for me. I get spazzy. Gotta translate it. Let's translate it. On the X, we gotta move it over 30. And on the Y, we gotta move it back by 10. Don't need to translate the Z any. F5? Whoa! Not what I was going for. Half of 30 is 15. Is that it? Is it 20? Okay. I finagled my way into it. It works. Finagle is a funny word. I like funny words. And then we translate. And epic derp. So X. Our thing is Y. Our width is 60. Gotta move it back by 30 to get it center. So X negative 30. Y, move it back to where it's flush on the lid of that thing. So 100 plus the length of it, which is 50. So 150. Aren't I special? 150. And the Z is it's 60 on this, but we also translated it down by 20, so that should make it 40 as well. Am I crazy or not? Nope, I'm not crazy. I'm just a little insane. I'm gonna make it shorter again. I'm getting nitpicky. I'm not supposed to be getting nitpicky. No, it's too wide now. 50, 25. Well, anyway, while I'm nitpicking on this, we went over some pretty awesome stuff, and I know that this went really, really fast. I'm sorry that it went so fast, but it's a video. You can just watch it again. That's the best part about videos. Hey, now it looks good. Yeah. Maybe we'll come back to this later when we figure out how to put wheels on it. So, anyway, we went over hull and difference and Minkowski and union and made a train, which I am now saving. Save, because I want to put wheels on this thing eventually. So, with all that said and done, I am probably running way over my time limit, so I'm just gonna say bye. Bye. Good God, 20 minutes.